What it do, my YouTube family? What is going on with everybody? So, driving today. Haven't had a little driving vlog in a minute. I think the last one I did was when I was reviewing the compounds with you guys. It was like a 1 month review or something, but figured I'd bring you guys a little vlog to the channel today. So pretty much today's video I'm going to be talking about is it's going to really be for my 4th gen users out there, okay? This is something that is not preached enough in the Cummins community if you have a 4th gen Cummins, okay? So check it out, okay? We all know Dodges and Rams come with 68 RFEs, right? Nothing wrong with that. You know, being 2020, the 68 RFE is not what it was in 2010 or 2011 in the aftermarket world. The stock from the dealership, they did a couple upgrades here and there and stuff, but nothing catastrophic or nothing crazy. But for 4th gen users, a lot of people don't notice because I get a lot of messages from people telling me they want to delete their truck, they want to tune it, they don't know what tune they're running on yet. If you have a 4th gen Cummins and your truck is tuned with EasyLink or EFI Live, you need to let your truck do a relearn, okay? A lot of people don't know that, and I see a lot of people, not a lot, but I've seen some people roast their 4th gen transmission, the 68 RFE. They roast it because their truck is doing a relearn after just switching it to tune 5, and they were on tune 1 or 2, and they're now on tune 5, and they lay into it from a stop, roll and pull in 5th gear overdrive, 6th gear overdrive, and they slip their clutch, and they pretty much put their trans in the limp mode or break it. What's happening is on a 4th gen Cummins, and the reason why I said this applies to 4th gen because 3rd gens it doesn't apply to, and I'll explain in a second. On a 4th gen Cummins, your ECM, your engine control computer, and then your TCM, transmission control module, they are put together, they're combined, okay? So what happens is that's why if you have EFI Live or EasyLink, if you got a 4th gen, you can tune your transmission and raise your line pressure, change your shift points and stuff like that. But on a 3rd gen, if we want to tune our transmission, we need a separate dedicated trans tuner, unless you have like a Mini Max that can tune the ECM and the TCM. The biggest question out there, and I don't even know the answer to, is for 3rd gen owners, well, why can't the EFI Live tune both TCM and ECM? No idea. So that's just the luck of the draw. But on the flip side, it comes with its handoff. In the 3rd gen community, I can slam my tuner on tune 5 right now, and the transmission it won't do a relearn. It's good, it's set, okay? On the 4th gens, every time you change that tune, you are causing a relearn to occur in your transmission, okay? Now, what's going on when your transmission is doing a relearn? Long story short, your CVIs have been reset, clutch value index. It's basically the amount of pressure that is applied to each clutch pack whenever you're shifting or accelerating on the truck, okay? For those of you that have a ASCTS2 or maybe a Race Me Ultra tuner, some sort of tuner that has gauges that you can monitor, you most likely have a PID for line pressure, transmission line pressure, okay? On a stock truck, you're looking at about 160 to 170 psi max line pressure, which is under pressure. Usually when you tune them, 4th gen users, they'll bump it up to about 170, 180. If you did a valve body upgrade, you can bump it up to 200 safely. If your transmission is bone stock, I don't recommend going past 170 psi because you might be more prone to cross leaks in your valve body, which is bad. It's going to cause some nasty shifting and driving. In a valve body upgrade, a gasket upgrade, BD, ATS, or you can go with a full billet valve body, channel plate valve body from like B&J or RevMax. All excellent products. If you do that route, which I highly recommend on these trucks because it changes the driving. If anybody has it done, you can comment down below and attest for it. I highly recommend it, and it's a very easy, simple model. I have a video on my channel showing how to remove your valve body and change the plate, the accumulator or the valve body separator plate out. Super simple, very, very simple. It takes start to finish, you're looking at maybe about 2 hours total. It's also a good thing to do if you're about to drain the fluid in your transmission. So if you're going to drop your pan to swap out the fluid, you might as well upgrade that gasket. ATS, I believe you can get the ATS one for about $100, and the BD one's like $150. Or if you decide to do a full valve body, you're looking at about 800-ish plus core, which is like another 300 or something like that. So just do your research, do your math out there. I have the ATS valve body separator plate. I like it. It works good for me. No issues from it. I've had it since last year. So 4th gen users, just remember that, man. Remember that, you guys. Every time you turn that knob, and I'm not a big advocate for shift on the fly with 4th gens for that sole reason. And to be honest with you, shift on the fly, the DSP or the CSP5, CSP4 switch, it's a cool feature to have, but you got to think about it. How often are you changing your tunes all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like on my truck, I've changed my tunes within the last 2 months more than I have since I've had EFI Live tuning on the truck, just because I'm trying to find that sweet spot for the compound setup. And I think I found it right now with tune 3. Before then, it stayed on tune 5 since I first installed it, and I left it there. I don't really mess with it a lot. So on the 4th gen Cummins, if you're about to get tuning, you don't really need switch on the fly tuning, okay? Especially if you're that cat that just uses it for towing. Choose the tune you want to install it 200-300 miles, preferably city driving. A lot of stop and go driving is excellent for your transmission with relearn. With these transmissions being adaptive and constantly learning transmissions, that stop and go is very good. They actually recommend, when I say them, I'm talking about RevMax specifically, but they recommend city driving when you're doing a relearn, just because the stop and go and the constant stop acceleration up and down, it helps the transmission better learn a little bit faster, it's better for it, if that makes sense. Yeah, so if you got a 4th gen and you're looking into tuning, you can save yourself $100. I think a CSP5 or CSP4 switch is like $150, $75. You can save yourself some money. I personally wouldn't get it. So like if I had a 4th gen and I was about to tune it, I'm not gonna order a switch on the fly knob just because I don't need it. I'm a tune 5 guy. I don't tow a lot, barely ever, unless it's my John boat, and I'm a tune 5 type of dude. So I would tune it to tune 5 and just let it ride. You know, that's my opinion. So definitely. So yeah, so I mean, I wanted to make a video on this, a dedicated video. I've mentioned this a lot of times in the past on random videos, but there's no video out there truly explaining what's happening and what's going on. And I've talked to some very knowledgeable transmission people and very knowledgeable diesel people, mechanics and stuff, and a lot of them can attest that you know, about 40, I want to say 40, I think it was like 35-40%, maybe even 50% of damage caused to these 68s is during the relearn. People not understanding these transmissions, okay? That's probably one of the biggest things that destroys these transmissions, is not understanding them. You know, put it in perspective, my truck has 108,000 miles. I've had 2nd gen turbo setups, stock fuel, granted, stock fuel. All I have is raised line pressure to 200 psi, ATS valve body separator plate, and I'm still on a stock transmission. Yes, I re-geared it back in March, but before then, it was just the tune, and I mean, you know, that was it. So, and I'm still going 179,000 miles. You know, I got big 40s and lifted 10 inches, so it's like, inform yourself, you know. These transmissions are not bad. The 68 RV is not a bad transmission. It's actually a really good transmission for things such as daily driving, towing, city driving, fuel economy. This transmission, when it was made for fuel economy and be a good tow transmission. You know, it's just one of those things, you know, part of it being that it's computerized, and a computerized transmission wants to do what it wants to do, okay? It's a lot harder to control something that is computerized and electronic than something that is pure hydraulic and maybe has bands, for instance, like the 48RE, you know, night and day transmission. That's why a lot of race trucks have the 48RE, because you can control them yourself so much more than a 68. A 68 RV, you can only control so much, and you know, I'm not saying they're stubborn, but in a kind of in a childish way, they're stubborn. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to understand your transmission, understand your truck. Okay, are you worried? Like, you know, common myths I get people asking me all the time. like, hey, I'm about to tune delete my truck. I'm worried that if I put in tune 5, it's not gonna be able to handle it and stuff. Hey, listen, man. What I say is nobody knows your truck better than you do. If you feel that your trans can't handle tune 5, then don't put in tune 5. It's as simple as that. If you don't feel comfortable with it in tune 5, don't do it. You know, don't let somebody else persuade you or make you be like, oh no, you're good for it. Like, if you don't feel safe in it, then don't do it. You know, now if you're asking me what I ride in and what I feel good with, I'll tell you I rip tune 5 all day. I don't care. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So to each his own. You know, and I think being informed and knowing how to go about things with these trucks is what gets you the most bang for your buck and the best longevity. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody, or I read somebody commenting a while ago asking if they should get the BD. BD makes a 68 RFE throttle booster. You don't really need that. So my third gen Bubba's out there, they're probably wondering, well, how can I raise my line pressure if I don't have a Mini Max or if I don't have a trans tuner? Sonax, Sonnax. Sonax makes a pressure increaser for the 68 RFE that does not require tuning. I think it's about $150, and it's a simple install. And what it does is it will naturally rise the line pressure within the transmission if you install this kit. So all you gotta do is check out Sonax 68 RFE pressure line or transmission pressure line increaser. They make that. You don't need an ATS Copilot Tomax or BD 68 RFE controller. You don't need that, okay? You go get you a little Sonax line pressure increaser, you'll be okay, okay? And okay, double okays. And you know, if you're wondering, well, how do I know if it's actually working? Get yourself a monitor. Get you an Edge CTS. Get you a you know, Race Me Ultra or something like that. Get you a monitor so you can monitor your PIDs and your parameters and see and verify that it's true. I know mine is good because I'm looking at it. Now, one thing that I'm not 100% sure of, but I'm pretty confident with, is it demanded or is it actual? Okay, so you have two values. You have commanded, which is what the truck or the computer is commanding, and then you have desired. Okay, or desired and commanded. Desired is what it wants, commanded is what it does. Okay, so I'm desiring 200 psi, but is it actually commanding 200 psi? That part you would need like a legit a snap-on scan tool or some sort of like the Chrysler, was it OnStar or HemiStar, whatever that Chrysler tool is that they have. You would need something more in depth like that to be able to find that part out. But CTS, perfect for this, for what I'm talking about. Okay, so you guys, hopefully I just got to where I'm getting to. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you got any questions about what I talked about, or you need a little more help or guidance or understanding, by all means comment down below. I read all the comments and I try to respond to all the comments. So once again, thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Until next time, y'all take it easy. I'll see you guys soon. Y'all take care and peace out.